Nancy, now we're reflecting back on Dr. Wiley. What do you remember about our experience with him as a client?
Dr. Wiley is really a very, very successful, established dermatologist in the area. And like many people in the medical profession today, they're looking at the technology. Medical records is pretty pervasive and looking at how they can tie that technology to their own communications. And Dr. Wiley felt like it was time to create a website to add to his technology platform. And we met to talk about the journey that we would take to develop the website, and talked about the brand of his practice and how articulating that brand and understanding that brand would influence and help provide a platform for creating a very successful website for him. And when we talked about discovery and went through the process to understand his business, what we loved about Dr. Wiley is that he was very willing and respectful of the process of diagnosis and diagnostic tools, because it's what he feels so strongly about in his profession. So he allowed us to take the journey into his practice, to understand him as a human being, which was a big foundation of his own journey to becoming a very successful physician. And when we had that dialogue with not only himself, but his patients, his staff of many years, we realized that the diagnostics of his business were a critical part of his story. Going through discovery, we realized that he was an amazing photographer. And looking at some of the images that he created, we realized that he as a person was very good at diagnosing the subjects that he was shooting in his photography. And we found that that was a beautiful way to express his brand distinction. And it was a way that we could also showcase the tonality of his practice in a way that was very truthful. So we took the images of nature that Dr. Wiley had taken, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographs of nature, looking at the beauty of nature through the camera lens as a way to showcase his thoughtfulness and his expertise in diagnosing dermatology issues. And so that became the foundation of his story. We use that as his visual vocabulary in expressing his brand, and it became a wonderful way to help communicate to his patients and prospective patients what he feels strongly about in the practice of dermatology. And it was a very successful branding program that we used for his website. So thank you, Dr. Wiley, for being respectful of our process of diagnostics in the discovery process of the brand journey, and allowing us to uncover the distinction and the truth of your practice in a way that really celebrated what your brand is all about.